Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I thought that I would start a series on testing out dupes. I feel like dupes are so popular right now. TikTok, Instagram, Reels, they're everywhere. I've already tested a few, but I figured I would test some more, starting with some complexion products, and then maybe part 2 will be like colored face products. Part 3 could be eyes and lips. So some of these are dupes that were suggested online and some are dupes that I found myself. So if you'd like to see if the products in the thumbnail are truly dupes or not, then just keep watching. So I have a whole bag here to start with. First dupe to try is the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas versus the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. They're both supposed to be smoothing primers, so we'll try one on one side and one on the other and see what we think. Okay, so after applying both of these, I don't really think these are a dupe. This one is a very thick, almost dry formula, and this one is almost like a wet moisturizer feeling formula, and I don't think they have the same effect on the skin. I feel like the Tatcha side definitely blurred and filled in pores, while this one I feel like almost emphasized them. So I would say that the first dupe test was not exactly a success. I definitely prefer the Tatcha one over the e.l.f. Next up, we have a sponge dupe. I believe this one is from L'Oreal. It's either L'Oreal or Sephora, so it's probably in the over 10 price point range. This is the AOA Studio Paw Paw Sponge, and this one is the charity edition, so it's $1.55. I think their regular edition's only $1. So same shape, feels like the same consistency, so I'm going to go wet them, and we will try to apply some liquid foundation with these and see how they work. Okay, so of the two sponges, we have the AOA one and then the other one. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is Sephora or L'Oreal. This one is definitely softer. This one feels a little bit more memory foamy, but they're very, very similar in size and shape. This one's a little bit more rounded. This one's a little bit more hourglass, but almost identical. This one soaked up product a little bit more than this one, so I only had to go in twice with the dark pink sponge, and I had to go in about 3 times with the AOA sponge. But I'm going to go ahead and say this is a dupe. These are pretty much the same and for a fraction of the price. So I would say AOA for the win as far as price point goes. Next up, we have a lip plumper dupe to test out. We have the NYX Filler Instinct Plumping Lip Polish. And then we have the Grande Cosmetics Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper over here. They are both clear. So we'll try half on one side, half on the other. Okay, so we're comparing the NYX Filler Instinct and the Grande Lips Hydrating Plumping Gloss. As soon as you put this one on, you get like a minty tingle. This one doesn't really have a scent and it doesn't have an initial like tingly feeling. However, right now, which is about 30 seconds after applying both sides, I feel the tingle on this side more than the Grande Lips, but my lips might just be used to the Grande Lips because I wear this all the time. This is like my second or third tube I've gone through. So this is initially, and then we'll check back in a few minutes to see if it's done anything. Moving on to eye brighteners, I thought I would try this potential dupe. It is the Fenty Beauty, the Bright Fix Eye Brightener. I love this. This is almost empty. I already purchased a second tube, and we have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind dark circle eraser treatment, and this one is in the shade Brightener. So they both have like a pinky tone. So I will swatch them for you and then we'll try them side by side. So here's Maybelline. And here's Fenty. So I don't think these are an exact dupe. This one's more pink, this one's more peach, but I'll show you what they look like on the eyes. Okay, so would I say that the Maybelline and the Fenty are dupes per se? No, I feel like this one has more of a color correcting property. This one's more of a brightening property. As you can see, the colors are different. Although this is just one shade of many. This is shade 6 Melon. And I think it's like a great brightener corrector for my skin tone. Would I say that these two shades are a dupe? No, but I feel like if you were to get a pinkier version of the Fenty product, they definitely could be. They both work really well at brightening the under eye. I feel like I would use this one to color correct and then this one to brighten on top of it. So could they be a dupe? They definitely could be, but are these two shades an exact dupe? I would say no, but they are a similar product. And just to check in on the lips, we had NYX on this side, Grande on this side. I feel like Grande is darkening up a little bit more on the lower lip than this one, but I'm feeling the tingle more on the NYX side. So this is probably like the 3-minute check-in for the lip dupe. Next up, we're testing a concealer dupe. We have the Tarte Shape Tape, which if you guys have been on YouTube for a while, this was the concealer to have like 5, 6, 7 years ago, versus the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. This one I think is like $24. This one's what, maybe like $9 or $10. So quite a big difference. So we're going to see if they are similar. They're both high coverage. I don't know if these shades are going to be an exact match. I have Fair Light Neutral 16N in Tarte, and I have Medium Sand in the e.l.f. one because I found that this one ran a bit light. Here are the shades. I ended up pulling out my e.l.f. Light Peach concealer as well. So we have the Light Peach, then we have the Warm Sand, and then we have the Tarte. So I think that the two lighter shades are actually a closer dupe. So I think I'm going to try these two instead of the Warm Sand of the e.l.f. concealer. Okay, so on this side we have the Tarte Shape Tape, and on this side we have the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. While this one was a bit too light for me, I feel like I got similar coverage. I feel like this one's actually a little bit more drying than this one, which is why perhaps the like hydrating satin one might be a better match to the Tarte. I remember this one being super drying, but I actually think it's really nice. I may go back to wearing this. So I would say coverage-wise, they are both high coverage. They're easy to blend, lots of shades available in both ranges. So I would say this is a dupe, but I might try the hydrating one next time because I feel like this one's not quite as dry as the e.l.f. one is. So of these two, I prefer the Tarte just because I don't feel like the Tarte is as drying under my eyes as the e.l.f. one is. Just my personal opinion. Next up, we have another e.l.f. dupe. I feel like they've been duping a lot of products. It is the Putty Blush in Bahamas, and I've heard it's a dupe for the Rare Beauty Joy Blush. They both have like that orangey tone. So we will swatch them and then try them out. So here's the Rare Beauty and here is the e.l.f. Putty Blush. They are pretty similar. Okay, so we have Rare Beauty on this side, and we have the e.l.f. on this side. I think these are definitely a dupe. While this one is more pigmented right off the bat, this definitely builds up to that same rich, warm tangerine shade. Again, a fraction of the price. Definite dupe here. And last but not least is a powder dupe to try. So everyone has been saying that the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder is a dupe for the Laura Mercier powder. The shades look very similar. I picked up Fair Light 10 because it looked like the same shade to the Laura Mercier one, which is supposed to be translucent. It's been a while since I've tried the Laura Mercier powder, so we will see. So I made sure to use different poofs for each side. So the pink was the affordable and the tan was the more luxury product. So I ended up pulling out my shade 5 Maybelline Fit Me because the 10 was just a little bit too yellow compared to the Laura Mercier, which is like a very faint, like buttermilky yellow shade. So that might not be the best comparison, but this side is the Laura Mercier. It definitely made my under eyes a bit more yellow tone, which I don't really like. I feel like this is too yellow for my skin tone, while the Maybelline shade 5 was nice and brightening, nice and smoothing. They're both very smoothing, but I would say the Laura Mercier one is definitely on the yellow side. So formula-wise, I would say they're very similar, very kind of like blurring and airbrushing. But as far as the shades go, I prefer the Maybelline shade. So for me, I'm gonna say that this one's going to be a money saver and I'd go with this one as the wind, but are they dupes? Yes, especially these two shades. So the 10 and the Laura Mercier. But here they are for reference, Laura Mercier and the Maybelline shade 10, which still is a bit more yellow than Laura Mercier. So if I didn't like the Laura Mercier yellow, I probably wouldn't like the shade 10 Maybelline yellow. Okay, that completes part 1 of my dupe test series. Did we find some dupes today? I definitely think we did. I would say that this is a really nice dupe. I would say that the blush was a really great dupe. I mean, my cheeks still look great even under powder. I would say that the concealer was like an 85% dupe. I would say the powders were like an 85-90% dupe. The eye brighteners, while they were different colors, I feel like if you got the right shade in the Fenty one, it could definitely be the Maybelline one could definitely be a dupe for the Fenty under eye brightener. So I think we found some dupes in this video. I'm excited to keep testing out potential dupes for you guys. So stay tuned for part 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. And I forgot to check in on the lips. I would say that the Grande side brought a little bit more color to the lips than the NYX one. I would say that the Grande one did a little bit better. I can actually see that my lip line extended a little bit, so a little bit more plumping, a little bit more color to the Grande side than the NYX. But if you just want like a juicy gloss, then the NYX works, but I'd say Grande for the win this time.